Okay. I am gonna hope this is working. Hi everyone. Please let me know if either the music or the microphone is too loud. We are trying a new audio setup because the Rode mic that I had attached, this little thing that will pick up when I'm like doing regular videos, wasn't picking up, and it was my computer, and I think that's why we had like all that background noise last time, which not to say we won't because I have a noisy refrigerator in here. So, okay, housekeeping stuff out of the way. Hi, welcome to the second live stream. We are baking holiday cookies. I have the oven preheated. My boyfriend will be joining shortly. I know I said that last time, but he will, okay? So, today's cookies, the first one we are doing are the Pillsbury Snowmen, that are like the iconic all the time, every holiday. Let me just switch real fast. Okay, back. And then we are going to be making Ree Drummond's brown sugar oatmeal cookies, which I have personally never made before. I've also never made like brown sugar oatmeal cookies. I feel like most of the time they have regular sugar in them. But I accidentally bought 2 packets of brown sugar thinking I didn't have any brown sugar in the house, so I need to use some up. And these do not have raisins in them. I know there is a large debate over how raisins ruin regular oatmeal cookies. I enjoy raisins. Is that because I'm secretly an elderly person? Yes. I truly believe, I don't know if you guys watched Parks and Rec, but that episode where they're having like the employee appreciation picnic and Chris sneaks in the raisins to Ann and Tom and is like, "Don't tell anyone and slow yourself down. They're like nature's candy." Like that's how I truly feel. I know that's like an elderly person take, but it's true. No raisins. My boyfriend doesn't like raisins, so we will not be making them with raisins. Um I was hoping he would be able to hold the microphone while I did this. But okay. All right. So, baking sheet and the pre-cut cookies. We have a makeshift mic stand that he just really made this 5 minutes before this whole thing started because we thought we had an actual mic stand. We don't. Okay. So, obviously the first step, wash your hands. I'm going to put the mic back over here or else it's going to be super loud. Okay, and let's move this over and not hit my dog. How far can this go? Like here? So here they are, little snowmen. They're cute. I don't know why. They look very different to me in here. I don't know. I'm losing my mind slightly. Four across? I think that should work. let's try 5. They're probably going to wind up sticking together, but that's okay. I'm not really going for looks here. They're just for our own personal consumption. And look how easy. Watch me drop these all over the floor trying to do this. So easy. I know these aren't technically homemade, but I just feel like these Pillsbury's with the little images in them, you know, for Halloween, St. Patrick's Day. I think they even have like Easter and spring ones. And for Christmas and winter are just iconic, and you just like have to do it. Okay. These go in for, I think it says like 10 minutes. Don't look in the oven. It's horrible. Okay, let me double check. What does this say? I am going to put them on 12 minutes. And that is because our oven is like slightly broken. It works and will cook. It's just 100 degrees off. But I don't like setting it 100 degrees higher just in case. It's a whole mess. And funny enough, I am getting a new oven courtesy of my family as a Christmas gift, but it's coming tomorrow. So unfortunately they didn't have any like installation times for yesterday, or else we would have had a beautiful new oven that's like Wi-Fi capable. You tell Alexa or your Google device to turn on the oven, preheat it, do all this stuff. You can even, I think, like look up recipes on Samsung's site and it'll like send the proper preheat to there. We would have had this really cool oven. But now we just have a basic oven that's like 100 degrees off. So cookies might take a little bit longer to cook, but that's okay. We have time. Oh, thank you. I hope they are. I mean, I think we've all mostly had the Pillsbury cookies before, but yeah, hopefully they turn out delicious and this isn't like the one time I mess up cookies, right? I'm not like, I'm just gonna say it, I'm not one of those people who's like the chaotic, like, oh my god, I don't know how to hold a spoon. Like, I know how to bake. So this isn't like a fun, silly time. This is like, these should actually turn out good. Hi. Welcome.
Hi everybody. How we doing? I'm excited personally to get some cookies into the mix.
Yeah, nothing like breakfast cookies.
Yeah. Roll up out of bed, munch on some cookies, good time.
Yeah. Okay. You ready for the next cookies?
Let's start it up.
All right. Sorry, it's a quick technical question. Were you listening?
No.
Okay.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I just want to make sure everything sounds okay.
Yeah, let me go downstairs. I'm checking.
We need like a third person to like make sure everything sounds okay. Because I was like, oh, I tested last time, literally 5 minutes before I went on. I'm walking away from the mic. See? I'm like, oh, everything's good. The music sounds good. All this stuff. And then when I went to listen back after it, I was like, huh. No music and sounds a little staticky. I wasn't that happy, but also it was like the first live stream ever. First time using like all of this technology in front of me. This is way more than I am used to, but hopefully we have everything figured out. You can hear the music?
No, I didn't check.
I wonder if like, I don't know, can two things not play at the same time? I see it going.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Why the music isn't showing up.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have to be singing our own Christmas songs.
Nobody wants that. Though we probably wouldn't get copywritten because I'm a horrible singer.
It would not sound like
and I can't hold a tune to save my life. If my mom's in the chat, she will know. She can type how horrible of a singer I am. She once said to me that when she was like, I guess, pregnant, or when she would just think about having kids, she just hoped that her child would be a good singer.
Oof.
Yeah.
You're a good dancer.
Yeah, I got some
You got the
lyrics.
dancing part.
Yeah, but she was also a good dancer, so that was genetic.
Yeah.
I don't know. No one in our family is like, I don't know, Celine Dion, so I don't know why all of a sudden I would be.
You have a mold breaker is what you was hoping for, it seems like.
But no, cannot sing at all. So if I ever make it big on YouTube, you will never have to worry about me turning into a singer, because I would not embarrass myself like that.
She'll start a rap career.
Yeah. Okay. So, the oven for the both are at 350, so
Easy
we're
peasy.
already good there. I have my electric KitchenAid mixer, and then we just need a separate bowl.
Oh.
Am I getting a bowl?
I know where they are.
So,
What do you think we need to
like, just the white one. That's the salad one. Oh, keep going.
do? This one? The
Yep.
handle?
He lives here. Don't worry.
I live here, I just don't make things. I grow food.
And that is outside. Okay. So. Let's just pick this up again. All right. So, for this recipe, I put a link in the description. So, if you're like, wow, those cookies look so amazing, you can make them too. We need 2 sticks of butter, oats, brown sugar, baking soda, salt, vanilla extract, and flour, and obviously a baking sheet. And then a bowl. You don't need an electric mixer like this. You can use just one of those like hand mixers. But I have the KitchenAid one because bougie like that. But it was actually just because at the time I was working at Target and it was on clearance. And I also had, I think the like employee discount is 10%. I don't know. I try to put a lot of Target memories out of my mind. But so I got it for like $175, I think it was. And even though I lived in an apartment, and even this house doesn't really have like a proper spot to like display it, it sits in the box unless I have to bake something. I had to have it. Like, you cannot pass up a KitchenAid that's usually over $300 for $175.
No. And you're a good baker, so anything to empower that.
Thank you. Empowering women to be in the kitchen.
To use their skills in the kitchen.
Okay.
It's slightly different.
So, 2 cups brown sugar. You know where the cups are? Yeah, and I'll take the teaspoon things too. Thank you. That's just my dog. I don't know if you can hear him coughing. He's fine. He just does that.
Well, he's good. He's still breathing.
Alright. 2 cups brown sugar, which I need a spoon for this.
I know where the spoons are.
Thank you. Do you want to hold the mic and
Sure.
talk while I do this?
So let me see. Hey, chat. Chat, do you have a particular famous Christmas cookie that you guys would make?
Oh, what'd you guys make?
Well, when I was growing up, this was a big operation. It was normally my dad and my sister would undertake a whole cookie making operation. Tens of dozens of cookies were getting cranked through that oven. We were big chocolate chip, peanut butter chocolate chip, which not gonna fly in this household because somebody doesn't like peanut butter. put Woo peanut butter in the chat. And yeah, mostly chocolate chip, peanut butter. We would do sometimes oatmeal raisin. That was a pretty small batch though, because those tended to last the whole winter.
Not big fans of oatmeal raisin.
I'm not big fans of raisins. I like the oatmeal, just not the raisins. And then
What about the rest of your family though? No one else?
yeah, they would eat them. Well, they just weren't as big of animals as I was, just plowing through trays of cookies. What else? We would do the icebox cookies, which are cool. Which are like sugar cookies that were lattice print, and they were like vanilla and chocolate. So they were like black and white cookies, but instead of one half being black and one half being white, it's a little checkerboard style, like racing flags. Yeah, those were a big hit. I always enjoyed those. Sugar cookies. Frosting the sugar cookies is always a good time. Get to use my my artistry, or lack thereof. It's a good time.
It's about the bonding experience, the family time.
Tank, do you have anything you want to say to the people?
I don't think they can see him.
Great input. Thank you so much. So do we soften the butter for this part? Or
Yes, it is softened butter. And then you're going to combine the brown sugar and the butter together. So I have to turn this on.
Uh-oh. Here we go. It begins.
We should have set up my phone.
As like a second camera? Yeah. Well,
We're learning.
yeah, each week we're going to add new tech to the stream, so it looks slightly different each week. So it'll be exciting if you spot all the differences amongst all the live streams. We'll send you a t-shirt.
Just whose t-shirt?
One of my t-shirts. I'll send you one of my personal t-shirts. I mean, first of all, I don't think anybody's going to notice each change we make.
Why? The audio should at least sound different.
Yeah, the audio sound a little different, and we're holding a microphone, so there's like some evidence of some changes, but you know, they might not know everything. And I might not have to give up a t-shirt. But that's up for you to decide.
I have to give up a few t-shirts.
Yeah, no, I probably should give up a couple of t-shirts.
Okay. Next, the 2 teaspoons of vanilla. That's all I have to say. 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Oh.
This is a whole drink of vanilla right here. Look at this.
Are you trying to... Ooh, I just spilled that. Okay. Let's see what these cookies are looking like. As I said, who knows if they're going to be really cooked after 12 minutes. They are getting there. I don't see any like browning on the bottom, so I'm feeling
Let's see it.
like 3 more minutes.
Sounds good to me. Let's put another 3 on the clock. Start the countdown.
Okay, so just added the vanilla. Now, 2 eggs.
2 eggs.
One at a time.
One at a time.
And that closes this out. So let's put that back in. This on.
cracking eggs right now. Throwing them in the mix. One at a time. Just like the water slide at your favorite local amusement park. And you're not a big roller coaster person, right? So you didn't... Did you have, like, a favorite amusement park growing up? Or was the whole amusement park game not fun?
I mean, I like the log flume.
Okay, alright.
Like, I don't think I had a favorite amusement park because, like you said, I don't really like roller coasters or anything. I did grow up on Long Island. For those of you who don't know, obviously, he knows. We're not strangers. So, Adventureland was like 10 minutes from me. So I went there, I would say, the most often, and I don't know, maybe like 5 times. Obviously, in more recent years, they've had a few incidents. I actually think it's shut down. um, oh, I also like the like swing thing, where you get in the individual swings. The very like low key rides. But I went to Splish Splash, which was like fun. I like water stuff. Yeah, I don't know, like a favorite. I mean, like Disney and stuff is like cool, but it's whatever. This was an exciting conversation. How about you?
I love roller coasters. I'm a big fan. So this is going to become the roller coaster segment. And I also, you know, coming from southeastern Pennsylvania, pretty close to Dorney. So I'm a big fan of Dorney Park. I think, I mean Steel Force. It's an awesome roller coaster.
I don't know if I've ever been to Dorney.
I don't think you would have because it's mostly roller coasters, which are, you know, I think they're fun. But if if you know and love somebody with vertigo, you don't want to take them on a roller coaster because that would pretty much instantly give them vertigo, and it's kind of a bummer for them because then they're just dizzy the whole time. But yeah, no, King Ka is a ton of fun. Dorney Park is a great time. Six Flags is also not too far away. And they got some neat coasters there too. Light coasters. Going down to Wildwood. Wildwood Boardwalk's got the Nor'easter. It's a fun coaster, but that will give you whiplash. That one hurts a lot more than the other ones I mentioned.
So I've never been to Wildwood, but I just feel like, how safe is a roller coaster on a boardwalk?
I mean, I've ridden it like 3 or 4 times, and I've survived each time. But you know, bless those less fortunate souls that didn't make it on each one of those coasters, because each one had a couple of people not faring too well after it. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I'd rather land in the water than hard ground if I'm getting shot around in a metal cage on rails. I don't know. How's chat feel about that one? Let's see. Yeah, I agree. I think splashing in the water is preferred. Right? Like almost.
Yeah, you might have a chance of survival, I guess.
I mean, no, because you're strapped in, so you're gonna drown. But like, I don't know.
Well, what if you come out of the straps?
Well, if you come out of the straps and you splash into the water, you got a chance.
Wait, hold on. Is anyone else's TikTok feed like mine, where you get the roller coaster, like the animations of the euthanasia roller coasters, where it's like purposefully killing people?
Yeah, it does like 5 death loops, and each one is
And
smaller.
it will like take you like literally like underwater for a full like minute, and then you go
Oh
through
no!
fire.
Oh no! I didn't see that.
No, this is like this.
Not a humane, like, purposely, like, oh, we'll send all these people on a death roller coaster. It's like a torture roller coaster that also kills people.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a way darker land of TikTok. I knew
It's
about the euthanasia coaster. She said euthanasia coaster. Now, I mean, like,
that's what like the name of the account is called.
well, okay, but euthanasia is like supposed to be like a peaceful like a parting of one life from this one to the next. I think fire and underwater kind of disqualify that coaster from. It's a murder coaster. Not a euthanasia coaster. The euthanasia coaster is like the one that's got
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
five
So it
wheels.
starts out like that,
Yeah,
but then to like make sure.
it has.
Look, why this is on my feed, I don't know because honestly, like a lot of my stuff is just like for the girlies,
It's yeah.
and then it's like this.
It's
So.
it's for the girlies and the unhinged. This is looking good, I think. A little more.
Yeah, I feel
Un
like
poco más.
maybe like
And those
2 minutes.
All right. Start the count.
Okay, so let's move on to the dry ingredients. So half a teaspoon of baking soda. I got some more.
Yeah, some more.
And then 1 teaspoon of salt, which I'll just use the half again because the other one's wet with vanilla. So 1, 2. They're not talking.
Yeah, no. I'm hoping we just get the ASMR from it.
And then 1.5 cups of flour. This is like filled to the brim, so flour might go everywhere.
Oh wow, look at that.
There's something I was going to say when talking about cookies. Oh yeah, my family and I did the whole like bake with your, family cookie thing too.
Yeah. I've had some of the cookies, but most of them, I feel like most people won't recognize.
Yeah, we make a lot of, I guess, I'd say more maybe traditional Italian cookies.
New York Italian cookies.
Okay, speaking of, I cannot believe that people outside of New York like didn't know what rainbow cookies are because I thought they were like a universal thing. And so if you don't know, it's a 3-layer. Hold on.
Do you want me to grab the big trick?
Sure. It's a 3-layer soft cookie that has jelly. Yeah, jelly in between, and on top is a coat of chocolate. And I don't know, I would see them like everywhere, had them since I was a kid, so I thought it was just like one of those cookies. And then we were just kind of randomly talking about it, and you had no clue what I was talking about.
No, I'd literally never seen them before meeting you.
And I was like, what? And I even asked some other people who like grew up in Pennsylvania, and they were also very much like, no, I have no clue what you're talking about. But my mom makes them every Christmas. I think she is currently making them, made them, whatever. But they're so good. If you have the opportunity to have rainbow cookies, I think you should have them. It's a very long process because it's 3 different colors, so you have to make like 3 different batches and level it and all of that. It would have been like way too long to make on a stream. So that is why we're making simple cookies. So we had those. We make these things called bourbon balls, which are no-bake cookies, and I think it's like walnuts all crushed up, and then you put like bourbon in there. And I don't really know. My mom honestly makes those because I'm not really a fan of them too much. I don't like bourbon, so I don't like how they taste, but they are a big hit.
I do like.
Then my grandma makes cookies called taral, which are these little like anise cookies that look like a little like ribbon. And they're everyone's favorite. They're my uncle's favorite every year. He's like, "Are you making them?" She makes a special batch just for him. And then we make honey cookies, but we call them guan, which like means gloves because they're supposed to look like a glove. They don't look anything like gloves. I tried to ask my grandma, like, we tie them in knots. How is that a glove? She doesn't know. But you might see like them in little balls with honey drizzled over them and the nonpareil sprinkles, and that's like the Sicilian version, which I think is like a bit more
Prevalent here in the States.
yeah, versus just like our family recipe how we made those. But they are also a super long process because you're first like making a pasta dough, so it like goes through the pasta press, and then you got to cut it and tie it and fry and let them cool off and then heat the honey. But they are so good. And I'm sorry to say, but we're not having them this year.
Not this year.
No. I've thought about it, and I feel like my mom when I say this, but she is right. Your whole house then smells like fried oil. And it's really tough. But I don't know, because I really love them. They're like so good.
Yeah.
I wonder if one of like the bakeries down in South Philly would have them.
I imagine so.
And just get like the Sicilian ones, which are like the same thing. But then we also, made like sugar cookies and gingerbreads, thumbprints sometimes, chocolate chip cookies, and then just put them all on platters and like kind of give them out as gifts. That's what we did.
Yeah, I mean, cookies are always a big time family thing, right? It's always good to have multiple hands. People splitting up the work. 'Cause making cookies is a bunch of work. But yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. Yeah, I don't have a ton of Italian heritage. All my Italian heritage comes from my grandfather, who was just adopted by Italian people. So don't know how much that really counts. Yeah, a lot of German in the bloodlines. We were big Pfeffernuss people. Got any? Pfeffernuss is always really good. I like that the licorice taste. So if you can get behind the licorice taste, it's a solid cookie. But yeah, cookies make great gifts for people.
Oh, sorry.
Tank, did you get stepped on? Do you want to report about it? Tank, do you want to say anything? Okay, yeah, see, he's okay. He's alright. He's doing fine. He's recovering well. Yeah, having an ankle high dog means sometimes you're just gonna pop him with the foot. You don't want to, but
Especially when he eats trash off the ground.
yeah, he's trying to lick a fallen flower up off the ground, which is fine, I guess. It's not gonna hurt him, but what are you gonna do?
All right. And now, after you mix all the dry ingredients, you're just going to break it into like 3 different pours and then add it to electric mixer. Let it mix. The second, let it mix. Third, let it mix. And then you will add all the oats to actually make the oatmeal cookies.
Now, right now, we got the mix rolling. You can just start to see it clump up and mix together. Smooth on out. There goes wave 2. Wave 3. Here it is, people. It's the oatmeal time. Maybe most of it made it in. Maybe a little bit didn't.
Before I add in the last cup of oatmeal, I am going to take all the dough that's like sitting on it and get it off because it's starting to shake.
Yeah, and you don't want this kind of mixer spilling. It's no good. We'll go down to our color contest. Thank you.
You gotta stop.
Buddy, you're in squishing range.
I think I might switch to the half paddle thing.
You run.
It's just really thick and clumping up. Alright. Oof. I don't know if you guys can see the monstrosity. Excuse me, tankies. You're choking yourselves on the cord here. I am a messy baker, though. Like, there's always just flour and sugar everywhere. Okay. I'm going to transfer those cookies to the cooling rack. That's over here a little bit off camera. So then we can start making those cookies. And it says it makes 24, but that seems like a lie because this looks like a lot of cookies in here. Transferring. I guess I can move the camera, we can watch. Just tip the whole thing over. Yummy. How long do we think it will take 2 people to eat all these cookies?
Depends on how many other substances we have. Probably still one afternoon.
Okay. Cool. So, I'm gonna move that bowl over there, and then we can get to dropping the cookie stuff.
Let's go.
Okay. So this is the mixture. Looks like really nothing currently.
It kind of just looks like prepared oatmeal.
Yeah.
It smells better than just plain prepared oatmeal. But yeah, big fan of oatmeal cookies. I like oatmeal. Like dinosaur egg oatmeal.
I had never had it before we met. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, Amelia never had dinosaur egg ice, or not ice cream, cheese, oatmeal. It might as well be ice cream though. It's so sweet and good. Uh, perfect breakfast, especially for people who want to be archaeologists, I guess. But yeah,
Sprouse just eating dinosaur egg oatmeal.
yeah, that's how he studies for his roles, right? Or is he actually an archaeologist now?
I mean, he did archaeology, like he went to a site when he was at NYU.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Um, big Cole Sprouse fan over here. One of the major celebrity crushes. The top three Rushmore.
Well, I think he was like the first because I would watch Zach and Cody.
Yeah, so it was her Mount Rushmore is what? Cole Sprouse, Taylor Lautner. Oh God, what's that other guy's name? Henry Cavill and Danny Phantom. That's the four.
Not the Danny Phantom.
Yeah, no, Danny Phantom's the big one. Danny Phantom gets the Theodore Roosevelt spot of the Rushmore.
Obviously not. It was just, those memes that are like, can we all just admit he was hot? It was just one of those. And I was like, all right, I'll admit it. Like, when I was a kid and would watch it, it'd be like, Danny Phantom as, with his like silver hair.
He's a hottie. There you go.
Didn't you have a crush on like a cartoon girl?
No, never.
Okay. Such a liar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yeah, no. They're 2D. That's the point.
You're trying to make me look like a crazy person.
No, of course. I watched, movies as a child too, so I know. Like I knew who Jessica Rabbit was. Or I don't think you've ever seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
No, but I mean I know who Jessica Rabbit is.
Well, I mean, she's a pretty animated character. Who else, guys? Name all your hot animated characters in the chat.
I feel like I was really I don't know. Only when I can like recall.
That's it? Just the one? The one you're vibing with?
Yeah. What about you? It was just Jessica Rabbit?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean I'm just trying to think back to the media. No, I mean not really. Not really a ton. I guess some of the what was it, Android 17 from Dragon Ball. She was cute. Had that going on, but yeah, not really a ton. I'm genuinely trying to think. Kim Possible's a baddie. So is Shigo, right?
I know, so many people were Shigo for like Halloween the past 2 years. She was from Kim Possible?
Yeah, she's like the main villain's
I feel like
henchman.
I don't remember her at all.
Yeah. Kim Possible also ginger representation, so, held in very high esteem. I guess you got Marge Simpson, right? Marge Simpson.
You thought she was hot?
I mean, she's a Playboy, centerfold. So
What do you mean she's a Playboy centerfold?
I think Marge Simpson, they did like a cross collab.
An actual Playboy?
Yeah.
Interesting. They drew her naked?
I mean, she's been drawn naked plenty. I don't know if an official release is going to make a difference at this point.
But I mean, it was like she was drawn naked officially.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many anatomical details they went into, but yeah, she was. There were nude portraits. Tank, how do you feel about that?
Oh, he's just a little kid.
Okay, he is the most perverted of all of us, so. If you had to ask Tank his favorite between trash and stolen underwear, I don't know if he could choose.
No, I'd say trash.
Yeah, and trash is more frequent. Underwear is more of a crime of opportunity.
I feel like I should have halved this recipe. I did have that thought coming into this where I was like, oh, maybe half. Because there's still a lot left.
I mean, we could just freeze the dough and make cookies later if we want to.
That is true. It's always an option. Mention of the freezer.
Oh, yeah. Guys, if you make too much cookie dough and you're like, this is too much cookie dough, I can't have all this, just freeze it. Just put it in the freezer. You don't have to worry about it. You can make more at your leisure.
Yeah, I did that with these one time. I was like, I just want a few.
Yeah. Pop a couple of them out. Why not?
Didn't really think what we were gonna do while we're waiting for these to cook.
Did you ever participate in the Christmas pageants and all?
Like a church?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Story time.
I was Moses. But I think it was so I went to a program called Fire, which was like family IR. I don't even know what the I, the R, or the E stood for. But it was on Saturday mornings and you would go with your family. So instead of like going to like Sunday school, like just yourself, I went with my mom. And honestly, it was just a lot of coloring. So I feel like I know way less than you, but you also went to Catholic high school.
I did. I went to 4 years of Catholic high school and then 3.5 years of Catholic university.
Yeah. What, Scranton?
Yeah. I had to take religious classes there.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so it was very, I don't know, like arts and crafts. The famous story in the family is me, my mom, and grandma are sitting in church one Saturday because we used to go like Saturday evenings. And I turned to my mom in our Roman Catholic church and asked, "Are we Catholic?" And I think my mom like almost had a heart attack. And she was like literally, you are sitting in a Catholic church. What are you talking about? And I meant it from, I had like just become friends with this girl who said she was Christian. And in like my understanding, Christianity was the overarching thing, but like you were Catholic or Lutheran or Protestant or Baptist. Like at that point, I was way too old to not be knowing this. I didn't think you could like just be Christian. Like, I didn't understand what a non-denominational church was. So that's why I asked, because I was like, are we Christian? Are we Catholic? What's the dealio? But yes, in this fire program, we would like, each person I think would like, or each family would like put on like a little like skit. So I was Moses who was receiving the like tablets from God. Is that how the story goes?
That's one of them, yeah.
Yeah, the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, the Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
You did the Ten Commandments scene.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, I got to wear the beard. Yeah.
There you go.
It was cool.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah. But I don't know if I did like, I never did like the nativity.
No, I never did the nativity either. Yeah, yeah, we didn't have that fire program. My parents didn't have to do that church education stuff. I guess for whatever reason, they just stuck us in CCD.
I mean, that's what all my friends did. Like, I don't know, no one wanted to spend time with me.
Yeah,
I also
that's
had
nice.
really poor reading comprehension when I was little, so I also kind of think it was like maybe that.
Maybe it was to help boot you along, keep you up with the other kids. No, I mean, yes, we had CCD. So we had to. I remember it was just like an extra class. I remember like having a homework for CCD, which I don't know why. I don't know why or who thinks that's a good idea. And more homework for children? I don't think so.
But, yeah, we had like a workbook and stuff, but it was like super easy questions. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's more just like pondering than like facts, you know.
oh yeah, no, I remember having to like write papers on a Windows 95 computer about different saints.
No.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a universal CCD experience, but that was one of mine. Was mostly, yeah, just writing like one page double spaced things about saints. I think that was like towards the end of CCD though. At the beginning it was confirmation. Yeah.
Yeah, once I had to do confirmation, I had to go to like the real classes.
Yeah. No, in the earlier years, yeah, it was coloring, asking questions that obviously flustered the CCD teacher, which is always funny. Watching The Simpsons and seeing like Bart say, "Can God make a burrito that's so spicy that even God can't eat it?" And then going,
Watch it in CCD.
no, I watched that at home, and then I asked that question in CCD, and my teacher's like, "What are you even talking about?" She's like, "Probably, but also possibly not." And I was like, "All right, well, that doesn't answer any questions."
Through God, all things are possible. Write that one down.
Yeah, jot that one down.
Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen the episode.
It's a good one. Yeah. So busy time of year for folks. Hope folks in the chat got their Christmas shopping done.
Have you?
Nope, not even started, but I hope they got it done. So that way it's easier for me to snake around and do everything last minute. Now I've got like a couple of things.
I'm like pretty much done. I'd say I'm like 80% done.
What'd you get your boyfriend? Damn, I thought that was gonna work. Yeah, we've What's your favorite gift that I've gotten you so far?
Just Christmas or like?
I guess it could be for any event.
I just asked because I'm like I don't really remember exactly, you know.
Which one's from which? Yeah.
The only one that is seared into my memory was the margarita maker.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've spoken about
I
this.
feel like it's come up. But yeah, why not?
But for the live chat, this was the first Christmas when I had moved to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You had come over for Christmas Eve, and that's when we were doing gifts?
I think so.
Okay. So, he brings this giant box, and I'm like, what is it? And I open it. I'm talking. And it is a Margaritaville margarita maker. Like, huge contraption. Probably, like, it's bigger than, like, the KitchenAid. Like, bulkier than the KitchenAid. And I was just like, oh my God. And he got it because my friend had a graduation party. And her family rented, like, the slushy machines. And in a passing comment, like, I just say things sometimes just for funsies. I was like, oh my God, goals to have one. And he was just like, and now I know what to get you. And so he bought one for me, but I knew how expensive it was. So I started crying like a normal person. My mom and grandma literally leave the room and, like, sit in my bedroom because it's a 1-bedroom apartment. Like, there's not many places to go. I just killed the mood real fast. And I was like, you have to return it. Like, it's too much. I have no place to put it. I don't host people. Like, it's just too much. Please return it. I appreciate the gesture so much, but please. And after a little bit of, not arguing, but heated debate,
It wasn't.
you were just like, okay. And you took it back.
There was no debate. I was just like, that's fine. We'll get you something else. Not a big deal.
And so I just assumed it was returned. And as we're moving into this house, again, you made a comment of just like, oh, we'll bring the margarita maker over. And I went, huh? What do you mean you'll bring the margarita maker over? He's like, I never returned it. I'm like, you have been sitting on this margarita machine for like 4 years? And in that time, and I think, I don't know if I asked it this time, but I know I asked, like, kind of recently, I think. I was like, when we broke up for that time period, were you like, oh shit, I got this margarita maker now, what am I going to do with it?
No, I see. Okay, first of all, 2 parts to that story. I bought it early, like, I only had 2 months to return it, and by the time I had given it, the 2 months had passed. So I couldn't return it, I had found out. And, yeah, even when we had broken up, I was like, it makes margaritas. Margaritas are awesome, so, like, won't be the worst thing in the world. But now we have it here, together, in the house. And I've used it multiple times.
Yeah.
And I've had some killer drinks with it. So, paid off in the end.
It did. It was just, I don't know, that moment when I was like, what do you mean you're going to bring it over, and finding out you've just, like, kept it in your room?
Yeah. I was waiting. It would see its time in the sun. I knew.
Yeah. And it has.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that probably gets the most views.
Yeah, he's pointing to the ring light. Like the full professional ring light. Because I had like a tiny clip-on one that now I use for like Zoom meetings and stuff. Just a little beauty light, or else it's just a little scary. And I don't know why I was doing this, but for a time period, when I first moved into this house and I was using the flashlight on my phone as a ring light. And I don't know why, because it didn't look good. And I like had the little one. I don't know if I felt like the little one didn't work well enough or something. Like, I really don't know what I was thinking. I just remember balancing my camera and my phone to use the flashlight like at the same time. I don't know, weird time period. But if you look at us now, I look like a real professional. Um, I'm trying. I I don't know. I really liked, and I think this was for my birthday, when you were just like, let's go to the outlets and you can pick something out. Because,
Yeah.
and I will always say this, and I think I said it in my gift guide, and I think I will say it like every year. If you have a very particular person, which I am, I know this might be like corny and maybe a cop out to some people, but I really enjoyed when he was like, we're just gonna like spend the day, we're gonna go to the outlets, and you can pick something out and I'll buy it for you. Because one, it was like quality time together, which I feel like couples or just like friends in general don't really have like a ton of, um, just in general. And it was also like I knew I was going to get something that like I liked. And it's not like you've ever gotten me anything that like I didn't like. I think it was just like almost the thought of like, you know what, this girl is way too picky. I have to she needs to pick out her own gift.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was for sneakers or for a jacket. It was
I
one
got
of
a
the.
jacket.
It was a jacket then. Yeah, it was. It was one of those things where I was shopping online and like so many jackets look the same, but are so different. And like you never really know like the feel and stuff. And I was getting overwhelmed, and I just decided I was like, this is gonna be. We're just gonna make a day out of it instead, and it worked out really nice. We had a really nice time at the outlets.
You still have that jacket?
Still have that jacket. It's a nice jacket. It's held up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and got to just walk around the outlets, people watch, trip small children that we found. That's
Of course, her favorite pastime.
that's my favorite hobby is child sprinting in a store. Stick a leg out. No parent's ever gonna blame you. Um,
What is a favorite gift that I gave you?
ooh, this is tough because you always wind up hitting it out of the park. Really like that Rick and Morty 5-piece comic book collection that you got me. That was really nice. Secret layer drop, 5-color chromatic stuff. Yeah, I've always really appreciated that you've gone deep into my interests and found things I would like, despite knowing absolutely nothing about Rick and Morty or Magic the Gathering. Be able to navigate that. I've always really appreciated that.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't say this in my gift guide because it was getting really long, but I'll say it here now. I always something I usually do to help with like picking out gifts, especially so first, this might seem like crazy to some people, but I actually have a note in my phone with like anyone who I get gifts for their name. And when they say something throughout the year, or if I see something, like I write it down. So when a birthday, or anniversary, Mother's Day, Christmas comes up, I'm not usually starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Number two, I actually do look at like the actual gift guides they put out. And I rarely ever buy anything off of them, but I feel like it just helps jog like some thoughts because you might be like, ooh, that is an interest of theirs. Like, let me kind of dig a little deeper. And then usually what I do, like how I was talking about, oh, like somehow you always get these cool gifts for something you know nothing about. You type it into Google. It didn't take me like a lot of like work. So for the Magic the Gathering, I got him like the secret layer single card that
You got no, it was more than one card. It was the Chromatica set where it was like all the 5-color cards. I'll talk about it. Yeah, so she got me the 5-color cards that had the Oh God, what cards were in there? It was the dragon. Oh, it was the Reaper King Magic Lair set, and I had wanted to build a Reaper King deck. I still haven't built that deck, but I will. Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, I barely knew about Secret Lair, and I have been playing Magic for over 12 years at this point, so that was really cool to see. Kind of come out of nowhere.
I mean, most
13 years? 15 years?
You're 28.
I've been playing Magic a long time. Yeah, God, okay.
Yeah, but like most companies will have something for the holidays, whether it's a gift box, special edition, whatever. It's obviously become like super capitalistic. And not that I think that was like for the holidays. I think maybe I just like got lucky with the timing, because I was literally like, when I typed in Magic the Gathering, their website came up and I saw it was like, I don't know, every week for like 3 weeks they would like drop this like secret layer card, and I think I just picked one that looked cool to me and set it like my alarm, and when it dropped, like I was like on there and ordered it. And same thing with like the Rick and Morty like book that I got you. It was like I typed in Rick and Morty and like it came up, and I was like, I know he doesn't have it, this looks super cool, like I'll just order it. I do that on Etsy. Like I literally type in fishing or golfing or like whatever, and a ton of stuff comes up. And even if you don't buy exactly that thing, I feel like it just like helps. And so I always find it interesting when people are like, I don't know what to get. I'm like, well, they have at least one interest. Just like type it into Google.
Something they do.
Yeah, and like find it. Like for Father's Day or my stepdad's birthday, they're like right near each other, so I kind of forget. I typed in golfing into Etsy, and found this personalized thing that you dig out.
Divot repair tool.
Yeah, a divot repair tool, and also a ball marker. And you could get it personalized. It looked really nice, had amazing reviews. And I was like, he goes golfing all the time. Like, I know he doesn't have a personalized thing, so I got it. And it came, and what I didn't realize is the ball marker is magnetic, so you mark where the ball is. And I was like, oh my God, it came broken, but like it's literally like I'm seeing him like tomorrow. And I'm like looking at the reviews and no one's saying anything about it. And then I looked at like other ones, I think on like Dick's Sporting Goods, just to like see. And I was like, oh no, like it's supposed to come like that. But I had a panic moment because I didn't know that it was supposed to be magnetic. I was like, oh, it's super cheap. Like I thought it was like an engraved solid piece, but.
Yeah, no. Ball markers are magnetic, so that way it sticks to it, but it's also easily removable. But if you don't use one, who would know? Yeah.
Right. Here are the cookies. They have a nice little golden brown.
Ooh, and they smell good.
They do smell good. We'll freeze the rest. Just let them rest for a minute. We'll let them cool, and then we'll try some cookies.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's talk about things going on in Philadelphia. Got to see some wintertime, Christmassy time stuff. You want to talk about what we were just doing yesterday?
Sure. I'll plug my next vlog. This Wednesday. This is what it'll be about. So we went to the Flannel and Frost party at the Franklin Institute. And if you're not from Philadelphia, the Franklin Institute is a science museum here, and they have like a bunch of interactive exhibits. I had the word sites in my head, and I was like, that's not it.
I got stuck in my own head saying displays or exhibits, but there's a combination of both.
Yeah. But this was like an adult only party where you could go to the exhibits, but they also had a bunch of extra things. So there was stargazing on the roof deck. You could go to the planetarium and like listen to them like talk about obviously the stars and the planets and stuff. There was drag bingo. There was a drag performance at the end of the show, at the end of the night. An aerial performance, live music, food, drinks, a fire and ice show. So they like did a lot of like little quick experiments with both fire and liquid nitrogen. I think that covers like basically everything that they had. But yeah, it was a fun time because I had never been to the Franklin Institute and you hadn't been since you were like a kid.
Yeah, it's real little.
So it was nice to like go to the exhibits and like do all that, but then also do all the extra stuff. The only thing I regret, and I spoke about this in the vlog, is drinking the red wine. I should have just like had water or soda, because then it just like upset my stomach and I shouldn't have done it, and I knew I shouldn't have done it, but whatever. But it was really nice, and it was nice that there was finally like a winter activity inside, because I feel like so many activities are outside, and we live in the Northeast and it's cold. Like, I want to do winter things, but I don't want to be miserable, and the cold makes me miserable. So it's like, this is inside, looks super fun, and I think we had like a really nice time.
No, we did have a really great time. Yeah, no, the Franklin Institute is an awesome place. A lot of cool. It was cool too because they were also having University of Penn students. A bunch of them were able to have like displays and set up, and they got to show off some of their science knowledge and share it with guests that were visiting. Yeah, it was really fun. If you're coming to Philadelphia and you're already going to be checking out that area anyway, because that's where all of, it's near the art museum, it's near City Hall. So if you're already in that neck of the woods in Philadelphia, it's definitely worth making the trip. It's definitely fun for kids. I loved it as a kid, and getting to go back as an adult. And sometimes there are places like that, and it's like, oh, there's a severe drop off from how I remember this as a kid. But no, the Franklin Institute's just as legit now as it was when I was a kid, if not even better. They got really cool exhibits. I won't spoil any because the vlog coming out, and I'm certain you could also Google them if you really wanted to figure them out. But yeah, I had a good time running through some of the exhibits, some of the new ones too that I hadn't seen before.
And
Very good.
is it bad?
Oh, very good.
You lying?
Very good.
I get crumbs all over the floor. I kind of feel like without the raisins, it's like, I'm an oatmeal raisin cookie gal. It's still good, but
I raisins on top.
just jam them in there.
Just start poking raisins in. Thank you.
Consistent. They always taste the same.
Always slap.
All right. That was a very quick taste test. Obviously, the Pillsbury's are good. When aren't they? And then
These oatmeal cookies.
the Drummond cookies
Brown sugar oatmeal.
were good. I would personally add like raisins or walnuts or something. They're just a little. I could do with something else. Obviously, I will eat them because they're cookies and they're sweet. But yeah, but that's just my professional opinion.
They're a little plain.
Okay.
They're a little plain, but they're good. They're good.
Yeah.
They're good baseline too. So if you want to add anything,
Yeah.
maple syrup and walnuts.
Yeah. I put that recipe in the description of this live stream. So thank you all for coming out to the second live stream.
We did it.
We did it. Hoping music and audio sounded good and it was all good. A few quick things. One, on last week's stream, it said I had 8 total chats, but I only saw like 2 when it ended. So if you have been chatting me, I don't know what's going on because I can only see like 1 currently. So I'm sorry if I'm like not responding and you're chatting.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
If your chat's not getting seen and we're not mentioning you, comment on the video.
Yeah, because I have it pulled up. I just don't know. I've been trying to look into it, but yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I'm not trying to be rude. I would shout out chat or whatever. Wednesdays, uploading regular videos. Saturdays at 11 a.m. as we are here. Sorry, I just burped into the microphone.
Okay. We'll be streaming Saturdays at 11. That is the game plan. We got a bunch of fun stuff coming up. You'll see more of that as it gets closer to next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think hand it back to you. Do you have anything? I'll be here next Saturday also. So unless the feedback says no, unless you leave a comment that says no, drop that guy.
Don't be rude, guys. All right. Thank you for watching. Happy Vlogmas Day 10 and happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Bye.